The YouTube algorithm. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses. Sometimes it makes you question your sanity. In the end, all of us content creators are slaves to its digital authority. I have a sort of love-hate relationship with it, similar to how I do with the United States government. On one hand, it helps provide for me and ensure that I have a little space for myself. On the other hand, it makes some fucking stupid decisions sometimes. And in the end, for both organizations, what are any of us supposed to do about it, huh? We're nothing more than simple peasants who can be picked off at any time, for a myriad of reasons, I might add. Whereas the involvement of the US government in world politics has a positive to negative ratio that's up to debate, I'd like to argue that the YouTube algorithm has a net positive influence over not only the online community, but the art scene overall.
That is about the gayest thing I've ever heard.
Shut up!
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Ryo Fukui's first jazz album, Scenery 1976, came out to a relatively small audience. It received praise from some Japanese fans and critics, but was largely ignored by the rest of the international jazz scene, remaining unknown for decades. He received a decent following, don't get me wrong here, starting his own jazz club and winning a Sapporo Culture Encouragement Prize in 2012. But he sadly passed away from lymphoma in March of 2016, not being able to see the majority of his acclaim. As the same year of his passing, an anonymous YouTube channel posted his debut album, the aforementioned Scenery 1976. This upload quickly accrued millions of views as it was picked up by the YouTube algorithm, following which, others uploaded his other works, sending his work into a bittersweet surge of popularity it hadn't experienced prior. Nowadays, Scenery 1976 stands at 11 million views and counting, and Ryo Fukui's physical releases are considered extremely collectible and desirable by many who have discovered his work through YouTube.
Yeah, Beppo, you're kinda freaking retarded. How does that make the YouTube algorithm the greatest music discovery tool of our generation? It sounds like you took some random-ass dude's mediocre work and made it popular randomly,
Okay, so first off, get off your high horse and start getting on some high-tier hoes, you fucking pretentious loser. But, yeah, second off, the album's legitimately one of the best and most classically appealing jazz albums I've personally listened to. I discovered it way back when it was uploaded, 5 years ago, when it had sub 1 million views.
But yeah, you just made a joke about pretentious people and now you're...
Shh, that's the joke, man.
Woo-wee!
This album has a level of mass appeal that many other jazz albums just don't match. It's easy listening, yeah, and he doesn't randomly transition to a breakbeat at any point. But that's why it got so big. It can be enjoyed by the large majority of people, and really makes you seem classy if you play it on a date with a high-class, cute, sexy, beautiful baby darling. See, anyone who told you that I don't help you get bitches is wrong. Play this album. Its mass appeal wasn't recognized by the international community back when it was released. However, the YouTube algorithm has helped it reach the audience that it was always meant to reach. This album's story represents some of the best that the YouTube algorithm can do. It elevated Ryo Fukui's music to the level that it was supposed to be at from a musical standpoint by showing it to potentially interested listeners. Such a tool allowed for his memory to be honored in a way that was impossible prior to the 21st century. While it is a shame that he was unable to see this success himself, his music will live on now in the hearts of literally millions of people, as opposed to the thousands that it was reaching in Japan only. Similar scenarios can be seen across genres, nationalities, and generations. For instance, the large majority of obscure quote-unquote Japanese music that everyone raves and rants about now was discovered through the YouTube algorithm, whether people want to admit it or not.
Oh, I found out about this album because, I know a lot of things. I got a lot of friends, man.
No, you didn't, dude. You learned it through the AWOO 56709 thing with the Twin Towers in the back, just like the rest of us.
Ooh.
Another example, Vaporwave. Vaporwave as a popular genre was also pretty much spawned through the YouTube algorithm discovery. People just saw that strange aesthetic and decided to click for some reason, and the rest is history. And finally, this one's gonna blow your mind, dude. The majority of popular TikTok songs, disregarding the ones specifically planted on TikTok by money-hungry labels and artists. Yeah, the majority of them were discovered when a TikTok kid found an obscure song while listening to music on YouTube. Following which, you do your little dance, you do your little lip sync, and then there you go. The song is now popular. As it should be. Because as unwilling as I am to normally admit this, a lot of TikTok songs are actually pretty great. They're pretty nice. Examples of this include Life Letters by Never Get Used to People, that one 3L, 3D, 3P song, and my fanbase's favorite artist of all time for some reason, Sewer Slut. Yup, that's right, Mr. Kill Myself blew up on YouTube, and that's how she spiraled into popularity. Alongside that, also were the Death Grips remixes, which also were promoted by the YouTube algorithm and established her before she became Sewer Slut. Red pilled. So, in the end, whether you agree with the title of this video or not, I don't really care, but it's undeniable that the YouTube algorithm has played a large part in the rising prominence of underground artists and the rising prominence of certain genres that have spawned because of the internet. All in all, Google's analysis of our music tastes and their invasions of our personal spaces through our internet search history and location data are a net positive. Personally, I love large corporations. Even though they're tracking my every move and reporting everything I do to the government, placing me on multiple terrorist watch lists, I think that it's cool that they can show me some really epic music from time to time. God bless America, God bless the internet, and may Google soon be able to monitor my thoughts directly. Privacy is a relic of a bygone era. If you like this video and subscribe to this channel right now, I'm gonna give you $5 billion. That's right, 5 billion with a B.
Ooh.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and as always,
Subscribe to make me feel better about my regrets.
and of course, I'd like to give a special thank you and a special shout out to my supporters over at patreon.com. For our connoisseurs of fine art, we've got Walter, Thick Melon, Sad Femme, Prisoner Suicide, Misos Alpinks, Cumcumber 26, and Chair Fruit. For our pseudo-intellectual supporters, we have the lovely Zucchini, the based and red-pilled Cade, the homie Maroni, the little green dog man Saws, and Shay Honk. And last but most definitely not least, for our aficionado of degeneracy, we have Alec. And thank you so much for supporting me throughout the months, Alec. You are a baller and an OG play-a-pimp, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You've helped me buy cigarettes and booze for the past little while, so thank you. Unfortunately, we're not at the level at which I can get hookers every week, but you know, we'll get there. The channel's still growing, and I appreciate you all for supporting my work and supporting the channel in general. Much love. Also, again, sorry for the delay. I promise that I will make more videos.
Ya no